morning, everyone. I'm Mike Davis for Informed Entrepreneur, and today we are interviewing Jeff Vucic, and he works for a very special organization, and I'd like you to explain to everybody what the name of this organization is and give us an intro into what it is that you do, as well as a 45-second elevator speech. That means if you had a short amount of time to explain to somebody quickly the overview of what it is you do, please share that with us.
Sure. My name is Jeff Vucic, and I'm the co-founder and president of Cure AHC. AHC stands for Alternating Hemiplegia of Childhood. It's a rare neurological disease that has as its main symptom these bouts of temporary paralysis. They will alternate from one side of the body to another, or sometimes encompass the entire body. Lasts anywhere from minutes to days at a time and can often be painful. Kids and adults with AHC, when not paralyzed, have movement problems like cerebral palsy, learning disabilities like autism, behavioral problems like ADHD, and epilepsy in about half the cases. Now, researchers over at Duke University found the genetic root cause of this disease in January of 2012, and since then our organization came into being in about a year later to raise the funds to get to the research that will get to this cure for this very debilitating rare disease.
Okay, so thank you. So I'd like to know a little bit more, just a general discussion about what about your journey, because I want to know more about what has been going on, a little bit more about maybe how people could get involved, what they can do to help. Just the general things like that. Go ahead. Please tell us a little bit more.
Sure. Well, I do have a very vested interest in seeing this disease cured because it does affect our only child, Matthew. He'll be 9 in just a few weeks. Of course, he functions about on a first grade level, so he's a few years delayed and even more significantly delayed in other aspects of movement and personal care and things of that nature. In fact, one of the first things we wanted to do when we formed our organization is work to improve quality of life for our kids and adults with AHC and their families, while we were also gunning and pushing the research to get to the cure. So we helped establish a multidisciplinary clinic at Duke University, working with one of the world experts in this disease, the chief of pediatric neurology.
That's great.
Mm-hmm. And he put together a multi-specialty team of doctors and specialists from neurology to sleep disorders to cardiology to cognition and learning, psychiatry, even physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech, genetics, orthopedics, nutrition even. Put all those specialists together to put customized treatment plans together for kids and adults from all around the world, either directly coming here to Duke or remotely working with their local caregivers. And we've been able over the past 3 years to dramatically improve quality of life for those kids and adults that have interacted with the clinic. And we've also pushed a lot of research, groundbreaking research. We now have mouse models of the disease. There are many different mutations in this particular gene, ATP1A3, that cause this disease, but there are 2 that are very common. And we have mouse models of now those most common mutations.
Mouse models meaning what?
We actually have mice that have the genetic mutations, and they have the symptoms that match what we see in humans.
Okay.
Now we can start to screen potential treatments. We can look at different medications. We can look at different other therapeutic approaches that might reverse these effects in the mice, which would then give us the data we need in human trials, which is what one does in diseases of this nature. So we've, in a few short years, done some pretty significant progress.
Wow, that's really encouraging, Jeff. That's awesome. I'm sorry to have to hear about this with your son and everybody else that's been affected by this. And even though it's not as prevalent as some other types of disorders, it still affects a significant amount of people. And now part of what I'm understanding is part of it's been identification, right? Because I think you said it was about they thought it was about 1 in a million, but it's actually about 4 times as much. So there may be elements of this mutation that are a little more prevalent than maybe even we realize right now. And this could help.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. Plus, the research that's going on right now could have ramifications and benefits for more mainstream disorders like epilepsy, heart disease, and stroke, given where this particular gene mutation, where it affects the brain and the heart, and some of the downstream effects that come from this rare disease may reveal clues to treat these more prevalent disorders.
Wow. Wow. So I have really one more question here in this, what's a book or a quote or a saying or an experience you've had that has really impacted your journey?
Well, I hope more people actually answer that question in this way. For me, my biggest influence in this journey has been the Bible.
Uh-huh.
Because the Bible is a story of triumph over adversity. It's a story of transformation. It's a story of redemption. It's a story of healing. And all those things come to play in our journey here in this disease and getting to the cure. In fact, one of my favorite parts is the Gospel of John in chapter 9, where the disciples are confronted, and Jesus are confronted with a man born blind, and the disciples ask, well, why is this man blind? Was it his sin or his parents' sin? And Jesus says, no, it's that the glory of God may shine through. And I've taken that as an inspiration because I firmly believe that miraculous things have already happened in this journey towards the cure, and they're going to continue to happen as long as we do our part to let that glory shine on through in everything that we do.
Thank you, Jeff, so much. I appreciate it. Is there anything else you'd like to say, like maybe perhaps how people could directly get involved with helping this, with helping you and what you're doing?
Certainly, we've raised over $500,000 in the past 3.5 years, but there's millions more we need to raise to get to that cure. So any amount is welcome. No amount is too small. And you can go to www.cureahc.org to make that donation. Also in terms, you can, if you're local here, you can help in welcoming our families that come into town, helping them with, sometimes they need transportation to and from the appointments, just being there sometimes they come with other family members and need some support in watching siblings or whatnot so that they can focus on meeting with the doctors. They often stay at the Ronald McDonald House, so you can help support by volunteering at the Ronald McDonald House. You can help by volunteering and helping us make phone calls to thank our donors and to reach new donors.
Perfect.
Those are many different ways that you can help us. We actually have a virtual run going on right now too, so if you want, you can look at our website and you'll see information in the events section about our virtual run if you want to run, walk, swim, whatever, to raise funds for Cure AHC. We have an easy mechanism to sign up and to create your own fundraising page and go tell our story.
Good. Well, that's a good example. I expect this video will be up past the run, but I just think it's good to point out as an example to people that there are events that come up on a regular basis. So I really want to thank you again for your time here. In just a moment, up on the video screen, you'll see all of Jeff's contact information. You'll see his email, his phone number, the website, like you'd mentioned before. So you can copy it down and you can contact him directly. Again, this is Mike Davis for Informed Entrepreneur, and we've been speaking with Jeff Vucic today. Thank you very, very much for your time.
Thank you for having me.